Before I begin this video, this is by no means an attack on Rabbi Akiva or anything intended to disparage individuals. This is just simply commenting on the subject of the death of Jesus when compared with the death of Rabbi Akiva. Jesus' crucifixion needs no introduction, as most are familiar with the event, but not everyone is familiar with Rabbi Akiva. I would recommend taking a look at Emmanuel Schochet's lecture, Let the Christian be a Christian and Let the Jew be a Jew. Watch from 1 hour 11 minutes 22 seconds to 1 hour 18 minutes 35 seconds in Emmanuel Schochet's lecture on the subject of the lamb led to the slaughter. The reason being is that in the context, Dr. Schochet mentions Rabbi Akiva and how he went to the grave smiling and proclaiming faith in God. Viewer discretion advised, because there is mockery of Jesus in that particular context that takes place. Also, Rabbi Eli Cohen makes a similar point with respect to Rabbi Akiva, which Natdemon 316 responds to. You can find the video in the description below. The objection on Jesus opening his mouth will not be addressed here. Now, one must look at the context of both kinds of deaths. What was the context of their deaths? As already covered by the videos in the description below, the context for the people of Israel, the Jews, and the suffering they underwent has already been provided. Jesus' death, however, was not just physical death, but possible spiritual death when he was on the cross. For a time, Christ bore the wrath of God on the cross when he took our sins. He was quoting from Psalm 22 when he said, my God, why have you forsaken me? Psalm 22 is addressed in the article below. Let me stress here that this isn't to say that the Jews, Rabbi Akiva included, never went through a horrible experience, but physical death of anyone pales in comparison to what Jesus had to suffer, namely the bearing of our sins on the cross and God the Father pouring out his wrath on him, the sinless Son of God dying in our place so we don't have to go to hell and pay for our sin there. Again, Jesus never went to hell, just to make very clear to you. Word Faith preachers teach the evil heresy that Jesus went to hell, which didn't happen. Jesus went to Sheol, not hell. The Jews never went to their deaths for that reason. And Akiva himself didn't have the mission of Jesus in mind when he went to his death. You cannot compare the death of Jesus for our sake to the deaths of many Jews who underwent persecution for their faith. These are two different contexts and two different kinds of suffering. These must be kept in mind when talking about the deaths from both sides. That's all I have to say on the issue. Thank you for taking the time to watch.